Welcome back to the show. Today we're unpacking something that quietly decides whether a restaurant thrives or just barely survives, and it has almost nothing to do with how good the food is. My guest works with operators on exactly this, so let's get into it.
Thanks for having me. And you're right, that's the trap. Owners pour their heart into the food and the room, and then assume that if the product is good enough, the money takes care of itself. It doesn't. The food gets them in the door. The systems behind the food decide whether they keep any of the profit.
So, when an owner comes to you and says, I need more customers, what's your first reaction?
I gently push back because more customers is almost never the cheapest path to more profit. Acquisition is the most expensive growth there is. Bringing in a brand new guest can cost 5 to 7 times more than getting one who already liked you to come back. So before we spend a dollar chasing strangers, I want to plug the leaks where you're already losing money on the people walking in right now.
Let's start with that. Bringing people back. Most places have no real way to do it.
None at all. Think about it. A guest has an amazing night, they tell their friends. They walk out, and the restaurant has zero way to ever reach them again. That's insane when you say it out loud. The fix is simple. Capture a phone number or an email, even just at the register or through a quick offer, and give them a reason to return. That contact list is the single cheapest revenue a restaurant has because reaching it costs almost nothing.
And you can use that list to fill a slow night.
Exactly. A dead Tuesday isn't a traffic problem. It's a reminder problem. One message to a few hundred regulars, a small reason to come in tonight, and you've turned an empty room into a profitable one without spending on ads. You own that channel. Nobody can take it or charge you rent for it.
Okay, second leak. The menu itself, you call it a profit tool.
Because it is one, and most owners treat it like a list. Here's the thing that surprises people. Your most popular dish is very often your worst earner. Everyone orders it, it feels like a winner, but the margin is razor thin. Meanwhile, some quiet item on the corner of the page is where the real money is.
So how does an owner actually see which is which?
You map every dish on 2 axes. How often it sells and how much profit it makes per plate. Once you can see that, the moves get obvious. The high-profit dishes go front and center, described better, placed where the eye lands first. The popular low-margin ones get recosted, repriced, or repositioned. Same kitchen, same traffic, but the average plate suddenly makes more. That's menu engineering, and it's some of the easiest money in the building.
Let's talk delivery apps because almost everyone is on them now.
Delivery feels like free orders until you do the math. Commissions of 25 to 35% can take a plate that was profitable in the dining room and turn it into a loss on the app. And here's the worst part. You don't even own that customer. The app does. They have the name, the data, the relationship, and they rent it back to you on every single order.
So you're not telling people to quit delivery?
No, that would be throwing away discovery. I'm saying use it as the front door, not the whole house. Let the app introduce you, then give every order a reason to come direct next time. A little insert, a better price, a loyalty perk. Slowly, you move your regulars onto channels you control and keep both the margin and the relationship.
There's one number you say breaks more restaurants than anything else, prime cost.
Prime cost is your food cost plus your labor cost combined as a percentage of sales. It's the single number that quietly decides survival. Keep it under about 60% and you can breathe. Let it drift to 65, and the same busy week that feels amazing can still lose money. The killer is that most owners only look at it monthly.
And monthly is too late.
Way too late. By the time the monthly report lands, the damage is already done and you can't get it back. Watch Prime Cost weekly, and you catch a creeping food cost or an overscheduled weekend while you can still fix it. It's the difference between steering the ship and reading about the crash afterward.
Labor is half of that number, and it's its own leak.
Most owners schedule by gut and habit. They bring in the same crew every Friday whether the data says they need them or not. And they bleed money on slow shifts while drowning on busy ones. Your sales already show the pattern, hour by hour. Staff to actual demand, and you protect both the guest experience and the labor line at the same time.
Now let's flip to raising revenue without a single new guest, the check average.
This is the lazy money everyone leaves on the table. Filling more seats is hard. It's capped by your rent and your hours. But raising the average check is easy and uncapped. One trained suggestion, a starter, a better drink, a dessert, lifts the ticket by 10 or 15% with the exact same guest in the exact same room. That drops almost straight to the bottom line.
And that lives or dies with the staff.
Completely. Your servers are salespeople who were never taught to sell. Most of them feel awkward suggesting anything because nobody gave them the words. A short script, a little role play, a reason to care, and you turn order takers into your best revenue channel. Not pushy, just helpful. The guest has a better experience and the check goes up. Everybody wins.
What about getting found in the first place? Reviews and search.
Most diners decide on their phone before they ever call. They filter by rating before they even read a menu. And the numbers here are wild. Studies show that half a star on your average can move sales by 5 to 9% because you're either above or below the cutoff in someone's head. Your photos, your hours, your recent reviews, that's your storefront now.
So a review system isn't vanity, it's revenue.
It's one of the highest leverage systems you can build, and it costs nothing. A simple, polite ask to your happy guests, right when they're glowing, turns one great night into months of new traffic. Most owners leave it completely to chance, then they look at the packed new place down the street and wonder how. That's how.
Let's tie it together. If an owner's listening right now, overwhelmed, what's the order of operations?
Stop pouring money into the top of the funnel and start plugging the leaks inside. First, capture and reactivate your existing guests. That's the cheapest revenue. Second, engineer the menu around profit. Third, watch prime cost weekly so you stop the bleeding early. Fourth, train the upsell to lift the check. Do those four, and the same restaurant makes dramatically more without a single new customer.
Before we wrap the operations side, food waste. That's a quiet one.
It's huge and invisible. Overportioning, spoilage, mistakes, even theft all live inside your food cost, and most owners never break it down. Even 2 or 3 points of waste can erase a profitable week. The fix isn't fancy. Standardize portions, track what you throw away for a couple of weeks, and tighten your ordering. You're not making new money, you're keeping money you already earned.
And the slow hours. Your rent runs all day whether anyone's in or not.
Exactly, you pay for those hours regardless. A smart off-peak offer, a lunch set, an early week deal fills seats that would otherwise sit empty with margin you'd lose anyway. You don't need more open hours, you need to monetize the dead ones you're already paying for.
One more people underrate, photos.
On delivery apps and Google, your photo is the entire pitch. A dark, low-quality shot loses to the place next door before a single word gets read. A handful of bright, appetizing images can lift orders without changing one thing in the kitchen. It's the cheapest upgrade most restaurants never bother to make.
And only then go chase growth.
Right? Once the bucket holds water, then you turn on the tap. Marketing on top of a leaky operation just makes you lose money faster. Fix the inside first, and every new guest is suddenly worth a lot more.
That's the whole game. If this was useful, the channel is full of breakdowns just like it. So stick around and watch the next one. We'll see you there.